Matt. Do you like fantasy football and sports betting? Come join us here at the Parlay Fantasy Football Podcast, where hosts Matt, Shane, and Jason talk about fantasy players, lineups, and sports betting to help you compete and win championships. And of course, some extra cash. Let's jump right into the show.
We are back. We are back for another episode of the Parlay Fantasy Football Podcast. Your host, Matt, here with you. Also joined side by side by my two co-hosts, Shane and Jason. How are you guys doing tonight, boys?
I am doing fantastic, sir. It is the Hall of Fame game, and only one of us is truly rooting on anybody here, and I think that person is Davis Mills. I think that's who is rooting on everybody. I really, really, really hope that no one scores in this game. That's my takeaway from this. Well, no one scores more than they have, because there's already been a touchdown on the board. That's too many points in the first quarter for the under. All right.
Yeah, well, I love how the football season has officially started, and I'm glad that my team is the first one to kick off the season. Hey, we're not seeing any starters on the field right now, but hey, we're almost there, boys. We're almost there.
Football's here.
Also-
this is the kickoff. This is the start of football.
The Texans unis are sick, and it pisses me off that they're so nice.
It kind of threw me off a little bit. I was like, I knew we had jersey changes, but I was like, dang, they kind like it was a little weird watching to see like what team was on the field. I was confused. It was like, are we the Bears right now? I was like, oh wait.
Yeah, it does kind of look
It's-
it does kind of look like the Bears white jerseys. That is goofy.
Yeah,
I didn't think
exactly.
about that till you said that.
Well, it's that time of year, boys. It's that time of year. Football is back. It's here. It's cool to see the Hall of Fame game. The Olympics are on too, so there's some stuff popping off now. But before we get into the episode, guys, we are going to be doing a mock draft episode tonight, a redraft league. Okay, we haven't done one yet, and redraft drafts are coming up soon. But remember to head over to parlaypod.com. That's our official website. You guys can go check us out there. We got some articles, some other stuff popping off. You can head over to any of our socials on X. You can find Jason at JasonParlayFF, Shane at ShaneParlayFF, myself at Matt_ParlayFF. And remember to go over to any of the main podcasting streams, guys. We are on them all. Parlay Fantasy Football Podcast. Give us a follow, 5-star review. Really does help out the show. We really appreciate the current subscribers who are doing that and sharing. The podcast continues to grow, and we love this journey with you guys. But you can also go check out YouTube, Parlay FF Pod. Okay, we live stream the podcast on YouTube. You can go over there and check out. You can check us goofy guys out right now and what we're doing and how we're talking and so on and so forth. The audio version comes out the next day. So that's just kind of how we're going to be doing things. We do plan on getting 2 episodes in per week, depending on schedules, but that's what we want to do. That's our plan. Yeah, man, we're excited. We're excited for it. Anything you guys need to add?
Yeah, if you don't comment on YouTube, you're stinky. That's it. Just go like and comment.
I kind of like it.
Yeah, you're stinky if you don't go comment. And you can even tell Matt
hit
that he
that-
stinks. Like, just tell Matt. Like, just tell
that's
us we
fine.
smell or something. It doesn't matter. Just go. It helps the algorithm. All right, go post
It really does.
sweaty balls, and like we'll even say it next time for you. We'll even say your username. You're welcome.
Nah, we do thank everyone who has done it so far. And remember, guys, it's free. All you got to do is just click that little subscribe button. It's free to do. You can get on. You can interact with us. We do want some more interaction, so that's kind of our goal. But again, to everybody who has done it and continues to follow and subscribe, we love you all to the moon and back. And with that being said, boys, let's jump into the first segment.
News and notes around the league.
Well, fellas, you know, it's really interesting because It's that time of year, and it is training camp, which means injuries. And unfortunately, it's already affecting some big names. And not like in a good way where like the big name's getting boosted. No, it's the big name getting hurt, and sometimes it's the favorite sleeper that gets hurt. Jermaine Burton did go down with an ankle injury. It seems like everybody's favorite sleeper this year. Yeah, so that's rough. He did look to avoid serious injury, but he's hurt in the preseason. That's not a good look, especially for a rookie. DeAndre Hopkins fooked up his knee. So he's expected to miss 4 to 6 weeks. And yeah, that's rough on the Titans. It's rough on D-Hop. Players who hurt lower leg injuries during preseason, always result in injuries during the season as well. So not only will he miss the beginning of the season, it is probably going to lead to him missing time later on in the year too. So use caution when drafting DeAndre Hopkins. He's a dinosaur. So yeah. And then another big one, Justin Herbert. He got plantar fasciitis injury. Not very specific on like what exactly he hurt, but the report is that he hurt the muscle of the plantar fascia. That's not good. That's not good, fellas. We want him to run the football this year in that Greg Roman offense. We want him to do his best Lamar impression, and he's already out here trying to break his foot. So, not good. And Deonta Foreman was carted off the practice field today. So, it is down to Nick Chubb and Jerome Ford and Naheem Hines. And 2 of those 3 are also coming off of serious injuries.
And then also, you've probably already heard, but the Roman Wilson got carted off the field for Steelers, another rookie. It doesn't look to be serious. It looks like he'll be ready for the start of the season, but that is not a good sign for a rookie wide receiver to come back right before the season. This is kind of his time to shine during training camp, preseason. He'll probably get off to a slow start. So, but before we get into our next segment, guys, do you want to speak at all about the Tua and Jordan Love contracts? I mean, I know everybody out there has heard about it by now. You guys know what their contracts are, guaranteed money. Jordan Love sets the record, now the highest paid quarterback in NFL history. Do you want to talk about that at all, or do you want to move on?
I mean, look, it affects the overall team building that can go on with that organization. But good for them. They got the bag, and they deserve it. And
right.
In 3 years, those contracts will not look as ugly as they do currently.
Right.
There's reports that the NFL is going to attempt to provide a quarterback-only cap. So you have your team salary cap and then a quarterback cap in its own allocated pool. Interesting idea. Don't hate it. Don't necessarily love it, but don't hate it. So that's interesting. I will say the other big injury news was Joe Mixon. Hurt his quad. So, Dameon Pierce.
Some injuries already popping off.
Big names are dropping like flies, and we haven't even fully played one preseason game. So, heck yeah. Also, Darius Fountain. Shout out to those of you that are Chiefs fans and know the name. Darius Fountain was with the Chiefs for the past 3 years off and on with their practice squad and getting called up. Is currently on pace to make the Lions roster this year. So that's fun. He's a wide receiver.
Cool.
Lions are terrible at wide receiver depth. So yeah, fun stuff out there.
Yeah. It's going to be exciting. These next few weeks are really going to be exciting. You guys know how it works, man. There's always injuries in the preseason. Some, they probably blow up a little bit more than they should, but that's just the way it goes. That's just the way it happens. These guys will be, especially the veterans, they'll be back. They'll be ready. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I did want to say real quick before DJ Moore. I actually really like the extension that DJ Moore got. I think that was a very smart move for Chicago to just lock him up, a veteran presence, and that'll really help Rome Odunze in the future. I really think.
Additionally, I love the signing because it applies even more pressure to Dallas, and it's freaking hilarious.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I saw
The
that
quarterbacks and the
signing, and I was
receivers.
like, that is a big fu to Jerry Jones.
bro,
And
bro,
ooh.
CD and Dak. You have to imagine, even though they haven't gotten paid yet, you have to imagine they're sitting there licking their chops, like banging down the door, being like, "Okay, Jerry, this is now you got to." So you would assume that those contracts are coming extremely soon, especially CDs. But I don't know. Jerry Jones is weird. It's
He was
I don't know.
he
But
was
I think
talking about how Dak and CD both need to take. Well, he didn't directly speak to CD, but he was talking about how quarterbacks who take big contracts can't compete for a Super Bowl. And he was talking about how the cost of living in Texas is so cheap that and there's no tax on players playing there, that they should be willing to take almost like essentially a pay cut to stay in Texas and play in Texas because
screw that
of the incentives for taxes and the cost of living. And I was like, dude, give me the fat figure. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like that
It's
fat
almost like
figure,
he doesn't want to win.
Yeah, he does. He's
Yeah,
complete. It feels like he's completely senile at this point. But
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
dude. Yeah, that's crazy. All right. We are going to jump into the draft, but before we do, let's take a short break. We'll be back very shortly. This episode is brought to you by Nevin Eyewear. Upgrade your style and protect your eyes with Nevin Eyewear. Designed with precision and crafted for comfort, Nevin Eyewear offers a stunning range of sunglasses and optical glasses that blend fashion with function. Whether you're hitting the beach, driving, or just out for a stroll, Nevin Eyewear ensures you look your best while safeguarding your vision. Shop now and experience the perfect fusion of elegance and durability. Head over to parlaypod.com and ParlayFF on YouTube. Click the affiliate link to get the best deals possible. Don't miss out on the latest trends. Again, parlaypod.com and or ParlayFF on YouTube. That's NEVEN.com. Elevate your eyewear game today.
Parlay Pod. Mock Draft.
All right, we are jumping into a mock draft here, guys. And like I said at the beginning of the show, this is going to be a redraft league. Like I said, redrafts are coming up very shortly, and we wanted to just do one actually today, but we didn't know if we were gonna do one last week, this week, next week, but right now seems like the perfect opportunity to do that. So we're gonna do a redraft league mock draft. It's gonna be 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 receivers, a tight end, a flex, and 5 bench spots. So it's going to be a 12-round draft. It looks like we do have some guys in here from Sleeper who are going to be joining us. Hopefully they'll get back online here when we get started. Shane is going to be drafting from the 104. Jason's going to be drafting from the 107, and I'm going to be drafting from the 109. A couple spots that we really haven't drafted yet this year. We just kind of want to see how it played out. So that being said, boys, you ready for it?
let's get it.
Let's get it.
All right. We are going to start her up right now. And again, guys, when we make our picks, we'll kind of read them off. We'll say some brief things if we really feel the need to do so. But we'll just read picks round by round and just kind of go through it that way. So pick 101 went CMC. Justin Jefferson went 102. I've seen him sliding back in drafts, but this is a computer pick. So Jamar Chase went 103. Shane, you are on the clock, and I have a good feeling that who you are going to take.
Yeah, I'm taking CD without a doubt, and if you see the YouTube, you'll see my shocked face of like, how dare CD fall this far? I don't care that he's in contract negotiations. I don't give a shit. CD is the most alpha wide receiver with the most guaranteed target share with a good quarterback currently. And unless something happens there, he should be 102 without a doubt. You should spam 102, CD Lamb.
How long
Maybe
we
even
giving this
101.
guy?
Maybe even 101 if you're feeling spicy.
I'll give him to 2 minutes, Jason.
Okay.
Like I said, we had a couple guys jump in here. you know how it is. Sometimes guys jump in and they get out and they don't come back. So I'm going to give him till 2 minutes and see where we go from here. Yeah, Shane, I agree with you. I think there's I don't think Justin Jefferson is going to go as high as he is obviously right here in this draft. Redraft league, I guess it is a little bit different if someone really feels comfortable with it, but yeah, I don't see it happening. I like to pick at 104 with CD. So this guy went Brees Hall at 105, then Tyreek Hill went right after that at 106. Jason, you were on the clock at 107.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Ahmad Raw. I like his target share in that
Wow,
offense. I
love
just
it.
need a little bit more TD, some touchdowns in the red zone would be nice, but hey, he gets the yards and the targets.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. I like Amon Ra a lot
Hmm.
this year. Jameer Gibbs went at 108. So 2 lines back to back. This makes my pick pretty easy. Guys, I'm going to go Bijan here. I think Bijan has the opportunity to go running back 1. I mean, him, Brees Hall, and Christian McCaffrey, obviously we know what CMC does, but Brees Hall or Bijan have the opportunity to go running back 1 all around this year. So that's an easy pick for me at 109. AJ Brown went at 110. I really actually like that pick. Again, we have another guy here on the clock. I'll give him till 2 minutes. And if he doesn't pick, I'll just let the computer pick for him. But what do you guys think about that real quick while time ticks down? Do you like,
That's
I mean, Bijan falling to 109 seems pretty dang spicy to me.
right.
don't.
That's what I was about to.
Yeah.
That's what I was about to ask y'all. I was like, would you rather draft Bijan or would you rather have AJ Brown this year? Like, because of that, I think that's where it's kind of going
Well, yeah,
ish.
but Gibbs should never go above
Right.
Bijan or
Yeah. No,
AJ.
I get that.
Bijan.
Gibbs, yeah, the
And
AJ and Gibbs. If that pick was opposite, it would make sense to me. Like if that guy
Okay.
wanted to go wide receiver and then, but yeah, the computer taking Gibbs there that's a hot take. Maybe the computer knows something we don't, but yeah, I think CMC, Brees Hall, and Bijan Robinson are in their own tiers.
yeah, I agree with you 100%. That was a smash pick for me there. It's probably not going to happen like that in real life, folks. So do not assume that he's going to fall to 109 because it probably will not happen. But after AJ Brown went at 110, Puka Nacua at 111, Garrett Wilson at 112. Then on the swing back around, Saquon Barkley went at 201. I'm just going to go ahead and auto pick for this guy. Marvin Harrison at 202.
That's a good pick.
Devontae Adams at 203. Yeah, because if he would have fallen to me, I would have taken that. Devontae Adams at 203, guys. I think I am going to do just some. I'm going to go running back heavy here. I'm going to go ahead and take JT off the board and just start out Bijan Robinson, Jonathan Taylor at 204. It solidifies my running back core. It's a very strong running back core, and I'm pretty happy with that. Kyron Williams at 205. Jason, you are on the clock at 206.
Yeah, I'm
Drake
going Drake London.
London.
Yeah, I think he's gonna have a good year with Kirk Cousins.
I
It's
agree
kind
with
of a
you
risky
100%.
pick. It's kind of a risky pick, I think, in a ways, but I like his upside this year.
I don't disagree with you at all. I mean, at pick 206, you've got guys. Well, there is a guy on the board that I think I would take over Drake, but regardless, I mean, you look down the board and there's receivers that just don't look good in this round, in my opinion. I mean, they're good receivers, but I think I like the Drake London pick at 206. Sam Laporta went at 207. Shane, what did you think about that? You like Drake London at 206, sir?
Yeah, I think that so we talked about this in best ball and like how I'm not comfortable taking him at the front end of the second round. The middle or late end, I think it's a fantastic pick. I think it's great value. I think it makes a lot of sense. It's a great piece to build your team around. And then Josh Allen, well, Sam Laporta and then Josh Allen go off the board right after the Drake London pick, and I am up and I'm taking Travis Etienne because
Yeah, it's a smash pick.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and he's gonna have to get in the end zone sometime.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, to be honest with you, at 209 though, I really like that pick. I'm still not on board with where Sam Laporta is going in drafts. It's far too early, and people think too much of what he did last year. He's a good tight end, don't get me wrong, but at 207, man, that's just so early, and it leaves players behind him that you're just like, oh, thank the Lord that this guy fell to me. So Shane took Travis Etienne 209, then Brandon Ayuk at 210, Chris Olave at 211. Mike Evans at 212. Those 3 picks right there, pretty chalk picks. Devon Achane went at 301. I think that's a pretty damn sneaky pickup right there, 301. Derrick Henry at 302. Travis Kelce off the board. Second tight end off the board at 303. Shane, you are back on the clock, my friend. Isaiah Pacheco. I like that. You're going
Homer pick.
running back. Yeah. Oh, that's
No, that's
fantastic,
the
Shane.
upgraded offense pick. I was stuck between Jacobs. I honestly was stuck between Pacheco, Henry, and Jacobs, depending on which ones fell to me, because I didn't think that all of them would go off the board. And so, yeah, the fact that Henry went off the board, I was like, Jacobs being injured in the preseason worries me, and I'm also worried that offense is not going to be the one-headed monster everybody thinks it is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
I think Marshawn Lloyd is going to get a lot of play. So Pacheco, they have Deneric Price running as the RB2. Like,
yeah,
dude,
that
backfield is so his that it's sad.
Yeah, dude, and like I said last week, man, when I pumped Pacheco up, like I've moved him up in my rankings because I feel like he could be that league-winning running back. If he can take the three down role, it's going to be scary. And getting Pacheco in the third round this year is that's awesome.
Reports from training camp is that he's it. He's getting the CMC treatment. They are using him on all three downs, and there is no hesitation about him, coming off, which is worrisome because that workload is scary for like health.
Yeah.
But like, it's great for him for fantasy purposes. So buy in.
Love it. Love it. 305, Nico Collins off the board. That's the player I thought you were going to go after, Jason. I actually have moved Nico Collins quite a bit up in my rankings.
Hoping he would.
We'll see how it plays out. I really do like him this year. Jalen Hurts at 306. Jason, you are back on the clock. Are you going to go 3 wide receivers?
I am going 3 wide receivers. I'm going with the guy who just got a contract extension. Give me DJ Moore.
Oh, DJ Moore at 307. Mm-hmm. I like that, boy. Mm-hmm. Sheesh.
Just not a fan of Debo, and I'm not the biggest fan of Waddle late in the season.
Yeah, the playoff schedule is rough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is rough for them. So DJ Moore went to Jason at 307. Stephon Diggs at 308. To be honest with you boys, I've moved Stephon Diggs pretty far down in my rankings. I just did an updated ranking sheet today, and I've moved him down in my rankings quite a bit. I'm on the clock here at 309, and looking at, I kind of want to go high T here and go a third running back. Kind of a safe pick. It'd be a flex spot. I like the receivers here, but I think the receiver I really want will fall to me next round. Looking at tight ends, there are still a lot of tight ends on the board, obviously. This is redraft league, so I think I can hold off on those. And actually, I think I'm going to shoot my shot here with my quarterback. I think I'm going to go Patty Mahomes right here at pick 309. Lock in my onesie position at quarterback. My running backs are fire. I think I'm pretty safe right here. And like we just alluded to, Shane alluded to it, the Chiefs, we have them projected, all three of us have projected to get back to that high-powered scoring offense, and I think Mahomes is going to do his thing. Josh Jacobs went off the board at 310, and then Deebo Samuel off the board at 311, Lamar Jackson off the board at 312, and there goes Jalen Waddle at 401. I don't mind that. Jalen Waddle in the 4th round is nice. He does have a hard schedule at the end of the season, but man, that's such a nice pick in the 4th round.
All he needs is touchdown regression. That's all, like a positive touchdown regression. He scored 4 touchdowns last year. He had the most receptions to touchdown. Like, he had the lowest reception to touchdown ratio in the NFL last year. So,
yeah,
it's got to happen. He's got to have to break the end zone this year.
Right. Agreed. Right here, guys, I'm on the clock. Rachaad White went at 403. Being at the clock, I've got Patrick Mahomes. I've got JT and Bijan Robinson. I'm probably going to go wide receiver here. It's a wide receiver that I do like, and I think I might like him more than most. It's kind of a risky play to have him be my wide receiver 1, but I feel safe with it. I feel like there's guaranteed points coming with this guy. Give me DK Metcalf in the 4th round as my wide receiver 1. Again, it's a bit risky because you just don't know the volume of work he's going to see, but he's going to be out on the field a lot. He's going to see touchdown targets or end zone targets, and I'm happy with him. I think it's a safe play. Cooper Kupp at 405. Jason, you're on the clock at 406.
So I'm going with James Cook at Buffalo. I think that they're going to keep the train rolling with what they did at the end of the season last year and make it a run-heavy offense, and try to take the ball out of Josh Allen's hands as much as they can, control the game, and then let him be Superman late in the game whenever he needs to be.
Yeah, I think that's a good pick there in the 4th round, Jason. Michael Pittman off the board at 407. Like that player as well. I think it's a pretty safe play getting him off in the 4th round.
Pause.
Devonta Smith. Pause?
Oh, no, it was a joke. Sorry.
Oh.
Anyways.
Stop messing with me, dude. Stop messing with me. Dude, Devonta Smith in the 4th round at 408. That's a pretty good steal. I like that pick a lot.
I like that pick a
Yeah, I
lot.
just don't trust that I don't trust that offense without Stefanski. Kind of downgrade
there goes
Jalen Hurts.
the tight end run.
Yep, Devonta, and then I took Trey McBride, and then Joe Mixon.
Great pick.
CJ, Zay, Kenneth Walker, who's been getting some camp hype, Dalton Kincaid, T. Higgins, and I am back on the clock.
You going wide receiver, Shane? You going quarterback? Where are you going here?
I think I'm going to go with the safest wide receiver.
Okay. Are you taking my guy? Oh, I like the pick. That's a very safe pick. He's guaranteed points, guaranteed targets.
Yeah, he is the alpha in that room, and that offense, I think, will be more pass heavy than what the majority of people think going into the season. I know that Deshaun didn't look good last year. He also was, had the shoulder injury, but Amari Cooper is a certified G, and he's the alpha. I think they're going to spread the ball.
He just got contract, right? He just got a little pay raise, didn't he?
I think they're working on it.
They're working on it.
Yeah, they haven't signed it yet, but they're working on it. And yeah, I think Amari is going to have a great season. So getting him here in the 5th feels nice. I wish T would have fell because I really wanted T, but I'll take Amari.
I like it. Alvin Kamara went at 505. That's, in my opinion, it's a good pick. I think he's got another good, solid year in him this year. Roma Dunze at 506. Interesting. Jason, you are back on the clock at 507.
Oh, I was like, if I really need a receiver here, I would snatch up Tank Dell real quick.
Let him fall to me, brother. Let him fall to me.
I kind of like taking Mark Andrews and him falling right here. I'm just going to go ahead and get Lamar Jackson's favorite target.
Yeah, that's a good pick. Jason. That's the crazy part here. Like, all the tight ends that went off the board are all guys that could finish in the tight end 1 range. I mean, in reality, it really can happen. Well, speaking of tight ends, I'm on the clock, and there's been a lot of camp hype that Kirk Cousins' favorite target right now, end zone target, is Kyle Pitts. So I'm going to go ahead and lock up my tight end as well right now, because after Kyle Pitts, there are a couple that I do like, but I think Kyle Pitts could have a good year. I know we say it every year, but I think, to be honest with you, with Kirk Cousins there, looking at training camp stuff, it's looking like he could have a really good season this year. So
I mean,
give me Kyle Pitts there at 509.
KP did produce a 1,000-yard season already, so it's not that we haven't seen it. It's just that he was hurt last year.
You guys, I'm going to go ahead and just take a player that I think at least Shane and I have statted out for a pretty decent season. I do need another wide receiver. I'm going to go ahead and lock it up because I'm not – I don't know. A couple of those might fall to me. No, I'm going to lock it up. Give me Chris Godwin here at 604 to be my wide receiver 2. If he lines up in the slot, I really think he's going to have a pretty decent year. Give me that to pair with DK Metcalf. I'm not willing to take a dice throw at some of these other guys just yet. So give me Chris Godwin. It was between him or Hollywood Brown, and
Right.
I feel a little safer with Chris Godwin just because if they move him to the slot, he's going to get targets. If he stays healthy, he's going to end up being a decent receiver for fantasy this year. So give me him. Ramondre Stevenson at 605. Jason.
Yeah, I'm going David Montgomery. I still feel like he's going to get a decent workload in that backfield. You can't just run one running back out in the field all the time. He's a gold line sniper. He gets his touches there, and I think he's going to put up some decent touchdown numbers.
Yeah, I mean, look at his tape last year. I mean, they're not going to give him the ball. David Montgomery is going to be involved. I think that's a great pick in the 6th round. Ramondre is a great pick in the 6th round. So good pick, Jay. Good pick. Nick Chubb went off the board at 607. Feels a little early for me, but of course that's a computer pick, and that's probably just how ADP has them lined up right now. And then, oh, it doesn't?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Something
So
like
it
that,
did
yeah.
reach. Big reach. Wow. Okay. Team 6. Very, very odd move there. Keenan Allen off the board by H. Russo at 608. Shane, you are back on the clock. Yeah, it was between him or Godwin. Him or Godwin is who I was going with there, brother. Hollywood Brown off the board by Shane. Let's see. Yeah, you wanted Kyler. He wanted Kyler so bad.
Mm-hmm.
So bad. Well, after Shane took Hollywood Brown, I'll catch you up here. DeAndre Swift went at 6'10", Raheem Mostert at 6'11", George Kittle off the board at 6'12", sneaky good pick. And then Joe Burrow fall into 7th round at 701, another sneaky good pick. Jaden Reed. I like Jaden Reed. All three of us like Jaden Reed. At this point in time, though, with the Packers receivers, I'm actually kind of taking a step back on Packers receivers a little bit until I get a little bit more clarity on training camp and who ends up getting a little bit more target. And then Shane obviously wanted Kyler Murray, but he went right before him at 703. Shane, you are back on the clock, and I'm assuming you're going quarterback here. J Love is still there, brother. J Love is still there. Money bags.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and you get to stack him with CD. That's a good pick there. H. Russo is on the clock, and he went Evan Ingram at 705, so his tight end's off the board. Najee Harris at 706. Jason, you are back on the clock at 707.
There's an easy pick for me with D Hop's injury. Give me Calvin Ridley being the wide receiver one.
Son of a biscuit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah.
Jason, you are supposed to let some receivers fall to me because that was my pick.
Well, no,
I hate drafting after you.
The problem is Vikes for Life has 5 wide receivers right now.
Yeah, I know, and you have 4, and this is a 2 wide receiver league.
3.
You know what?
With White,
I'm going to go ahead and draft another quarterback just to spite you.
All right,
just to freaking spite you, dude. You mother sucker. All right, I'm on the clock here. Zamir White went at 708. I am going to draft another wide receiver here, one that I think, again, all three of us have pretty good confidence in this year. Give me Deontay Johnson. Another solid play, safe play. Again, I'm not willing to draft these rookies just yet. And the receiver that I'm also eyeing, I think will fall to me for me to pick up another receiver here. Vikes for Life is on the clock, and he drafts Jordan Addison, so his 6th wide receiver. Great pick there. Ladd McConkey off the board at 712, and then turned around with another rookie at 801. Awesome, dude. Let's see if Vikes for Life drafts another receiver. Nope, he went Jonathan Brooks at 802. Brock Bowers at 803. Could be a very sneaky pick this year. So for me, guys, I'm looking at this right now. You know, I've only got 2 running backs. I've got 3 wide receivers. The 3 wide receivers, I'm not like I mean, I like, but they're not guys that I'm like super, super confident in. But since I have three already, I'm going to draft a fourth, and it's a guy that I am confident in, barring any, well, depending like legal wise, but it's a guy I can just sit on the bench. Give me Rashee Rice. Give me Rashee Rice, and I can just sit him on the bench and let him go and see what happens. In the 8th round, I think that's a great pick for Rashee Rice, and I'm happy with it. And I have Patrick Mahomes, so if he does come back and starts getting play, I've got a nice little stack there. David Njoku, Jason's number 1 tight end off the board at 805.
Yeah, I wasn't
Jason,
even
you're on
thinking
the clock.
about him. I figured this guy was going to fall to me, so I'm getting Jordan Love.
J Love, old J Love, money bags off the board. Javonte Williams at 807. H Russo, you are on the clock. D took DeAndre Hopkins.
That's
awesome.
nice, Shane.
Just sit him on the bench for 6 to 8 weeks. Shane, you're back on the clock at 809. Yeah, love it.
That's a steal.
Love that.
If you didn't get
In
him,
the
I
8th
was going
round,
to
I
think
love
about
it.
it in the 9th.
Yeah. Whoa, catch him up, catch him up, catch him up now, catch him up. Yeah, so freaking hell is he falling so far? I just don't understand why he is falling so far. People are going to be, he's going to turn out and be a fantastic running back this year. Fan-freaking-tastic. Caleb Williams off the board after Shane's pick at 904 of Brian Robinson. Caleb Williams, 905. Jake Ferguson, 906. Jason, you are on the clock.
I kind of need a running back. I'm looking through here and it's kind of gross, honestly, just looking at all these guys. And I know, I want one, but I feel like I'm reaching. What
Same.
round are we in? We're in 9.
Let him fall to me, Jason.
No, I know.
All right, who are you going with?
I'm going
who you going
Gus
with,
Bus. Gus
That's a
Bus
good pick.
at the goal line.
It's the 9th round, and he's the starting running back. Like, I don't mind that at all. Austin Eckler off the board at 908, who has been getting some camp buzz from what I hear. We'll see what happens with that. I am going to take a third running back who I think is getting. I mean, he's getting a lot of buzz. No, we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait, boys. Let's just give that a little dibble dabble. I'm gonna take Tajay Spears here. Tajay Spears at 909 is my opinion, a pretty good pick because he is going to get play and he's getting quite a bit of buzz as well. Then Brock Purdy off the board at 910. Tua Tagovailoa, the next money man quarterback, off the board at 911. 1 concussion away from being out of the league. Dallas Goedert off the board at 912. Then on a turn, he turned around and took Zeke. Vikes for life, great quarterback pick. You are back on the clock. And TJ Hawkinson in 10th round is very sneaky, even if he does sit out for a little bit. I actually really like that. I like that a lot. His ADP must have dropped. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, in the 9th round, that's pretty awesome. Okay, Keon Coleman went at 10:03, guys. We have 2 rounds left after the 10th here. I'm going to take another running back here who, again, has been getting a lot of buzz, and there's people saying that he could finish above Zach Moss and be the RB1 in this offense. Give me Chase Brown. I've been hearing a lot of awesome things out of Bengals camp here of late. Uh, and according to according to some beat writers, he is taking running back one snaps, and Zach Moss is running with the twos right now. So we'll see what happens there in the 10th round. I'm totally cool drafting this guy and seeing what plays out. He's my fourth running back, so I'm happy with that. Dalton Schultz at 10:05. Jason, you're back on the clock at 10:06.
Give me Jerome Ford now after the news that just went down with Foreman and with Chubb's question marks.
Yeah, great pick. I mean, he'll probably start the season out as the starter. So another sneaky play there in the 10th round. He'll definitely be good for you probably for the first 4 weeks or so,
Right.
depending on what goes on with Chubb and whatever else they got going on in Cleveland. Jameson Williams off the board at 10:07. Another sneaky pick there. I actually like Jameson Williams where his ADP is, where he's being drafted, because I've been hearing a lot of buzz from him too. Looking pretty explosive there in Detroit's camp. Russo's on the clock here. Khalil Shakur, never know, could end up being the wide receiver one in Buffalo. So another pick that there's I feel like this year there's going to be so many late round picks that are like just could be explosive. I feel like that's where we're at this year, especially in redraft leagues. So Shane, you are on the clock. Curtis Samuel could be the wide receiver one in Buffalo. You never know.
Yep.
Catch him up. Catch him up. Catch him up after you're certain. Yeah. Yeah. Agreed. So Rashid Shaheed off the board at 11:04. Russo is on the clock at 11:05. Went with Tyler Lockett, old T Swizzle. Then Team 6 drafting another player that is injured. We don't know what's going to happen with J Herb, man. You guys know my love infatuation with J Herb. Like, I love the dude. He's got Jalen Hurts already, so that's fantastic. Jason, you are on the clock here at 11:07.
Yeah, I was honestly gonna go Herbert if he fell to me, to be completely honest. But I'm gonna go. I don't know if I even want to do that. Damn, I'm kind of. Hmm, I'm gonna go T-Law right here. Draft my backup quarterback. Give me T-Law.
Okay, Trevor Lawrence off the board at 11:07. Blake Corum at 11:08. That's who I was going to smash pick if he had fallen to me. Remember, guys, we're only doing 12 rounds. In most redraft leagues, there's probably 17 rounds, 15 to 18 rounds, I guess. So just keep that in mind. There's going to be some players that are not going to get drafted that obviously would be on rosters. We're just kind of doing a fun little redraft 12 round league here for you guys. I'm on the clock after Blake Corum went. I'm looking at receivers again here. I do kind of want to get a rookie receiver because, I've got 3 receivers that are not necessarily old, but, I kind of want some youth on my roster here. And I'm going to take Adonai Mitchell. I want to see what transpires with him. I think he could be good. He might fall. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with him. But if you're in a keeper league and you drafted Adonai Mitchell this late in the draft, you're sitting pretty good, depending on your guys' league rules here. I wanted to go Xavier Legette, but I already have Deontay Johnson, and I don't really want to double up on Panthers. So Jacoby Myers off the board at 11:10. Bikes for life. You're on the clock here. Cole Kmet, back-to-back tight ends. Love that pick at 11:11. Matt Stafford at 11:12. Then on the turn, Pat Fryermuth, another good pick in the 12th round, in my personal opinion. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly right. He loves his tight ends. Kirk Cousins off the board, then Aaron Rodgers off the board. Guys, to be completely honest with you, I'm not going to draft a backup tight end for this draft just for purposes of I want to see. Yeah, right. Yeah, and to be honest, if the quarterbacks were on the board right here, and I was playing in a sleeper league, and I'm sitting on the clock in the 12th round, and these were the quarterbacks I'm looking at, I'm probably going like Taysom Hill, who you can line up at tight end, or
Right.
maybe Baker Mayfield. If that's who I'd probably be going with if I had the chance there. I'm gonna go. What do I want to do here? I think I'm gonna go. God, there's just so many good players still on the board, but I think just for the sake of the draft, I'm gonna go with another rookie running back, and we talked about him already. Give me Marshawn Lloyd. I seem to be drafting him a lot in some leagues here, and like Shane alluded to earlier, they brought him in for a reason. Aaron Jones is gone. They run two running backs. Marshawn Lloyd is a fantastic running back. He'll get some play. Xavier Legette at 12:05. Jason, you're back on the clock with your last pick of the draft here, bud. Where are you going?
Give me Jahan Dotson this year. I like a
J.
good change
Dot.
in the offense. I like a change in the offense
J.
with
Dot.
Cliff Kingsbury, and I think he's going to get more of a target share this year.
Jaden Daniels threw a dime to him today for a touchdown in training camp practice. It looked very, very nice, y'all. Mike Williams off the board at 12:07. H. Russo, you are on the clock for your last pick. Chuba Hubbard off the board at 12:08. Jalen. Are you taking Jalen or Ty? You taking Ty? Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I just wanted to get him with my last pick. Yeah.
Okay. Real quick, boys, before we wrap up the episode, give everybody your lineups. I actually think all three of us have pretty damn good lineups here. So, Shane, we'll start with you. What you got?
Yeah.
Nice,
So
nice, nice. I like that. Jason?
for my team, QB Jordan Love, running backs James Cook and David Montgomery, wide receivers. This is starting lineup, y'all. This is just what it has. Amal Raw, Drake London, tight end Mark Andrews, flex, DJ Moore. Then on the bench, we have Calvin Ridley, Gus Bus, Jerome Ford, Trevor Lawrence, and Jahan Dotson.
Another little nice little roster there. All right, and then my roster, guys, my starting quarterback is the old Patty Mahomes, y'all. Then Bijan Robinson and Jonathan Taylor Thomas as my two running backs. Wide receivers, I have DK Metcalf, Chris Godwin. My starting tight end is Kyle Pitts. My flex right now is Deontay Johnson. And then on the bench, I have Rashee Rice, Tajay Spears, Chase Brown, Adonai Mitchell, and Marshawn Lloyd. Guys, that was a fun little draft. We do want to be able to do another one here before the drafts actually start. But we there could be some things that we got going on here in the future. So, yeah, that being said, guys, thank you for tuning in. We hope that you continue to do so. Remember, hit that subscribe, that follow button wherever you're watching us or listening to it. Share with your friends. Let's get some interactions, guys. We really want to get some more interactions with you. Hopefully next episode, guys, we will have we've got some fun things planned for the next episode. We do have still plan to have a few guests on the show with us here, and we will be getting back into our Parlay Fade segment, guys. Also be on the lookout for going to 2 episodes a week. We're still debating on it. One of the episodes we want to have just like a fun episode, kind of our start sits episode. We want to do something like that for you guys as well. Maybe potentially even game day mornings. still up in the air, but we do want to get some things going for you guys because you guys have shown us so much support. We just want to be able to give that back to you. So before we wrap up the episode, do you guys have anything to close out before I hit this little drippity drop? No? All right. Well, that being said, y'all, we will see you on the next episode. Remember, tune in to our X accounts. We will be posting anything and everything over there as soon as we hear some updates. So with that being said, y'all know what to do.
That sounds terrible. Hey, go Texans. NFL season just started. Let's go, baby.
I love you all. We love you all to the moon and back. Until next time, peace out.